Have you ever scrolled through your feed and thought, wow, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen? Well, get ready, because today, we're going to talk about 10 historical events that were so mind-blowingly dramatic. If they happened in our modern, hyper-connected world, they would absolutely shatter the internet. Forget your average celebrity drama. We're talking about global meltdowns, trending hashtags that would last for weeks, and live streams that would make your jaw drop. From ancient disasters to revolutionary moments, social media would have a complete and utter field day. So grab your popcorn, mute your notifications, and let's dive into the history that would have broken the internet. First up, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Can you even imagine? 1 minute, people in Pompeii are posting their scenic vacation photos with captions like "living my best life under the volcano." The next, the sky turns black. The hashtag #Pompeii eruption would be trending #1 worldwide in minutes. You'd see terrifying live videos of ash clouds billowing into the sky, shaky phone footage from people trying to escape, and desperate pleas for help flooding every platform. Scientists on cable news would be explaining pyroclastic flows while citizen journalists on the ground provided harrowing, minute-by-minute updates. It would be a non-stop, terrifying spectacle of nature's fury, broadcast live for the entire world to see. Conspiracy theories would run wild, and every influencer would suddenly be an expert in volcanology. The sheer volume of content would be overwhelming. Next, let's talk about the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. Forget grainy security footage. In today's world, the Senate floor would be packed with people live tweeting the session. Someone would definitely be filming a TikTok dance in the background right before it all went down. Then, bam! The attack begins. You'd have dozens of different angles, from high-quality streams to blurry, chaotic phone clips. The hashtag IDS of March would explode. You'd see slow-motion replays of the daggers, endless analysis of it too, brute, and hot takes from political commentators across the globe. There would be reaction videos, deepfake reenactments, and endless debates about whether it was a heroic act of liberation or a treacherous coup. The story would dominate the news cycle for months, with every senator involved giving exclusive interviews and trying to control their own narrative online. Now, picture this: the fall of Constantinople in 1453. This wasn't just a battle, it was the end of an era, the collapse of a 1,000-year-old empire. And it would all be live-streamed. You'd have drones flying over the city walls, capturing the sheer scale of the siege. Soldiers would be posting helmet cam footage to their personal channels, showing the brutal reality of medieval warfare in visceral detail. Citizens trapped inside the city would be sending out desperate messages, creating a real-time, human drama that would be impossible to look away from. The internet would be flooded with maps, tactical analyses, and historical explainers trying to make sense of the chaos. World leaders would be tweeting condemnations and calls for peace, while the rest of us watched, glued to our screens, as a legendary city crumbled before our very eyes. Let us move to something everyone knows: the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. The maiden voyage would have been an influencer's paradise. Every corner of the ship would be documented, from the lavish dining halls to the cramped third-class quarters. Hashtags like #unsinkable and #Titanic voyage would be filled with glamorous photos. Then, the iceberg hits. The first tweets would be confusing. Just felt a weird shudder. Anyone know what's happening? Then, panic. Messages would pour out. They're telling us to put on life vests. There aren't enough lifeboats. SOS from the middle of the Atlantic. You'd see heartbreaking final posts, frantic family members trying to get information, and the shipping company's social media team in full-blown crisis mode. The whole world would watch in real time as the unsinkable ship went down, a tragedy documented by the very people experiencing it. The aftermath would be an avalanche of investigations, lawsuits, and viral stories of heroism and loss. How about a global pandemic? Oh wait. But imagine the Black Death in the 14th century with 21st century technology. The plague swept across continents, and with the internet, so would the panic. Instead of rumors traveling by ship, they'd spread at the speed of light. Every platform would be a mess of misinformation about miracle cures and wild conspiracy theories about its origin. You'd see #PlayTok, with people sharing their quarantine diaries, showing off their medieval-style masks, and attempting bizarre dance challenges to pass the time. Public health officials would be battling an infodemic of epic proportions, while online forums would be filled with terrifying personal accounts of loss. The scale of the tragedy would be inescapable, documented in real time through countless individual stories of suffering and survival, creating a digital tapestry of a world in crisis. Alright, let us lighten the mood a bit with the moon landing in 1969. This was already a massive television event, but with the internet, it would be on a whole other level. The live stream on YouTube and Twitch would shatter every record, with billions of concurrent viewers. The chat would be scrolling so fast you couldn't even read it. Every single moment would be memed instantly, from the one small step quote to the astronauts bouncing on the lunar surface. Neil Armstrong's first tweet from the moon would become the most liked post in history. You'd have split-screen reaction videos from people all over the world, endless scientific breakdowns of the technology, and of course a tidal wave of flat earthers and moon landing deniers spamming every comment section with proof it was all faked in a Hollywood studio. It would be a unifying global moment, but also a spectacularly chaotic one. Now for some treasure hunting, the discovery of King Tut's tomb in 1922. When Howard Carter first peeked inside and saw wonderful things, that moment would have been captured on a GoPro. The initial discovery would leak online, and the hype would be insane. The official unveiling would be a pay-per-view streaming event. As each artifact was brought out, high-resolution photos would go viral. #Tutstom would be trending for weeks. Unboxing videos would get a whole new meaning as archaeologists revealed golden masks, chariots, and ancient jewelry. Every museum in the world would be scrambling to get the touring exhibition. And let's not forget the curse of the pharaohs. Every minor mishap on the excavation team would be blown out of proportion online, fueling endless spooky stories and conspiracy videos that would get millions of views. Let's fly back to 1903 for the Wright brothers' first flight. That 12-second flight would have been captured on at least a dozen smartphones. The video would be uploaded before the plane even skidded to a stop. Within an hour, it would be everywhere. #first flight would be the #1 trend globally. You'd have aviation experts breaking it down, physicists debating the aerodynamics on Twitter, and countless memes of the rickety plane barely getting off the ground. But more than that, it would spark an immediate, worldwide explosion of innovation and competition. Tech billionaires would be announcing their own flight projects by the end of the day. It would be a clunky, short, and seemingly insignificant moment that everyone online would instantly recognize as the beginning of a new age for humanity. Next, let us storm the Bastille in 1789. The start of the French Revolution would be the ultimate viral event. Picture this: crowds gathering, their anger fueled by fiery posts and encrypted messages in revolutionary group chats. The storming itself would be a chaotic mess of live streams from the front lines. You'd see videos of citizens fighting guards, tearing down the fortress brick by brick. The ##storm the Bastille would be a call to arms, inspiring similar protests across the world. The aftermath would be an endless stream of political manifestos, declarations of rights being drafted live on collaborative documents, and fiery debates in every corner of the internet. It would be revolution in real time, and filtered and raw, showing the world the power of a people united, and it would be utterly terrifying for every government on the planet. Finally, we arrive at Christopher Columbus landing in the Americas in 1492. Oh boy. This one would break the internet in a completely different way. The initial discovery posts from Columbus's account: just found this amazing new land. #New World, #Explorer Life would be met with an immediate and ferocious backlash. Indigenous creators would quickly go viral, responding with, we've been here the whole time." The ensuing online war would be monumental. Twitter threads 1,000 posts long would debate colonialism, genocide, and the very concept of discovery. There would be cancelled endorsements, public apologies from his sponsors, and a global conversation about history, perspective, and stolen land. It wouldn't be a single explosive event, but a long, drawn-out, and incredibly messy cultural reckoning that would dominate the internet for years. So, there you have it. 10 moments from the past that would have completely overwhelmed our modern world of tweets, streams, and viral videos. From the sheer terror of Pompeii to the global debate sparked by Columbus, history has never been quiet. It's just that now, everyone has a microphone. Which of these events do you think would be the first to hit 1 billion views or cause the biggest social media meltdown? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll be reading through them. And if you enjoyed this trip through a very modern history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. Thanks for watching.